From farmer to freedom fighter. What do you think of that?
There he is. I'm glad you're here. Schultz will be happy too.
So is the broadcast having any effect?
Group of outcasts saved my ass out there. Might be a good idea to join forces.
How you feeling about it?
Hey, did you find Paula?
Sure, but she won't come here.
She kinda hates me right now.
You, kinda didn't mention that.
I thought she'd be over that. Things on a roll the way they are. Hope she'd help us out.
Once I said your name, she wouldn't even talk to me. What's Project Deus?
Project Deus isn't the problem. Problem is, she can only see the harm it can do. Great to see you again.
Great to see you too, sir.
Lieutenant Colonel Walker, Paula Madeira.
Please, call me Cole.
Paula is Skeltech's most brilliant engineer.
Now. I've seen your, designs, ma'am. I'd say that brilliant, that's an understatement.
And I've seen your resume. It's heavily redacted.
Yeah. So I take it that, that's not for the field test?
No, that won't be ready for a few months.
Wow. I want to ask you, the, work you're doing on deep learning AI controlling these drones, how's that going?
Excuse me? Using deep learning AI? How?
Specifically, data mining? Target identification?
We haven't, explored those options yet.
You mean to tell me that you have the top computer scientists in the world developing some sort of supercomputer and you, haven't explored those options yet?
He's talking about Maddox. He's talking about Project Deus.
Imagine it. Using this beast of a computer, predictive analytics, finding terror threats, eliminating them with drones.
You want to build a super intelligent computer, and the first thing you want to do with it is kill people?
Oh, man. First thing I want to do is keep the free world safe. I'm sure that you, well, you understand that.
And who's going to keep the free world safe from Project Deus? How could you? I want nothing to do with this.
Don't... Just... Paula!
Jace, if she's truly brilliant, she'll come around.
So you and Walker were pals, huh?
Everyone was... nomad. We need Paula's help. No one knows the system better than she does.
I like you, genius, but some of your choices get people hurt.
All the big choices do. Look, I know how to get her to help us.
I'm listening.
Two things. You need to find evidence on the explosion in my lab.
You really know who did it?
I'm almost certain the outcast did it. But you need to show Paula evidence on the explosive device itself. Second, you need to visit Paula's husband.
She did not mention a husband.
Look for him in Aurora Hospital. Nomad. This won't be easy for her. But after it's done, She'll know who to trust.
All right. We need her help. Stay out of trouble.
Focus is my forte.
You ever think this is how your life would go? Never mind. Are you ready for this fight?
Brute Squad. Keep this up and I'm gonna have to learn your name.
So Becker's intel was good?
There's a metric shit ton there. Weapons, depots, drone production lines. So many targets, so little time.
Hey, slow down. We can't just keep breaking things. They just rebuild and we prove the public's image of us. The people need to hear our voice.
So what, you wanna give a town hall speech?
Maybe. I mean, they hold the real power and Stone knows it. What's important is that we spread our message and highlight our common interests.
What do you think, Brute Squad? Do you think the people will rise up?
They've been living under Stone's thumb for a while. But they'll recognize the light if you show it to them.
I'm sold. I'm gonna start rolling out a new hacking and propaganda campaign to commemorate the occasion.
Great. Hey, there's a weather station in the mountains by the unknown glacier. It's got emergency access to every main comms channel on the island.
You sure, Doc? That place is gonna be crawling with hostiles. It's got all the hallmarks of a suicide mission.
I don't like that part of the plan.
Everyone dies. A guy once said, I'd prefer to be standing for freedom than hiding from tyranny.
That's a new one for me. But you've got yourself a chaperone.
How are you doing with all this?
You thawing on Becker yet?
A while ago, that bitch would have killed everybody in this camp. And again, Gibson trusted her, and here she is. Can't decide if I ought to put her ass to use or get my knife and practice my Brute Squad impression.
Don't know how many times I thought an ally and I were after the same thing. I bet I could count them on one hand. But I can tell you one thing. Walker'd have killed her the minute she got to camp.
That's supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing?
Couldn't tell you. Just a thing. Let me ask you something. Why South Cape Station? Liberty's right next door, and it wouldn't take much for Sentinels to surround you and cut you off from everything.
It's rare that outcast cells stay put more than a few days. Nature of the beast, I guess. With this place, we were just looking for something more permanent where we could stockpile supplies and safeguard assets. The landfill keeps away Sentinel and Skeller tourists from the capital. We're right near to our fields of operation and close enough to Sentinel that we won't show up on radar. As far as security's concerned, the creek does a decent job of keeping us hidden, and looking out at the cabins is a bonus.
How does Sentinel Corp take control of Varroa?
Skell hired them to deal with us initially once he realized that he had some resistance against transhumanism, his own private militia. They started making arrests, so a few of us went to ground and our sympathizers followed, thinking they'd leave us alone once we were outside of the cities.
But they didn't.
Stone got permission to operate outside Liberty and Infinity, and Skell let him set up shop in the Cold War installations to patrol the wild. Once they got there, they did just enough to keep us at bay, while using us as cover to bring in men and vehicles, which he hid from Skell in some underground bunkers, which of course are now called Camp Ferret and Camp Weasel.
Son of a bitch has a sense of humor.
We were watching the whole thing happen. And when they grew strong enough, they took over. They literally came up out of the ground. Skell had no idea what hit him.
If I was looking for a fight, where should I go?
With Sentinel Corp, you that hard up?
Trigger finger needs its exercise.
Well, Sentinel patrols the city centers and industrial complexes pretty heavily, though there's always civilians around, so I'd keep away from those if you can help it. Then there's the settlements they built when they first got here, in the southwest and northeast, where they keep their reserve garrison and store resources.
That sounds like more fun than anybody should be allowed to have.
If you're looking for more of a skirmish, you could check out one of Auroa's many Cold War-era bunkers left courtesy of Uncle Sam. They also set up some transportable structures and took over some Skell architecture. Basically, if you see a green storage container-looking thing, Sentinel's probably nearby. Of course, if you don't feel like looking that hard, they patrol most of the island 24/7, so you could just pick a spot and wait.
How do the outcasts manage to sustain themselves out here?
Barely. None of us have the skills or equipment to farm or fish. Even if we did, it'd bring us a boatload of attention that we couldn't afford. Once in a while, a civilian will leave some food at a dead drop, but it's risky and never much. Best bet's always to steal from farms and raid Sentinel supplies, but of course they're protected. Then there's still the matter of getting the supplies out to as many cells as possible while avoiding detection.
Nobody thinks about food at first. That's why so many groups who call themselves revolutionaries end up as bandits. Even if you don't think it's possible now, you'll want to be careful you don't drift that way. See you later, Haruhi.
Not if I see you first, Brute Squad.
has to be the out.
That guy's got a job, bro. Stay low. Chopper's out of range. We're in the clear. I got here. It was like everything was intact. Raj, getting in position. Moving in on hostile. Roger, got the sniper. Good kill. That's it. Got him. Copy, boss. Moving there. All set.
Watching us.
Maneuvering now, boss.
Getting in position.
Ready, Ghost Lead.
Got the target. They're smoked. Nice shot.
Shit. Trying to kill one of ours. They're here. Heads up. We got signs of possible enemy activity.
Roger that. Watching the hostiles.
day, baby.
Be advised, hostiles are on alert.
Watch out! We got hostiles!
Yeah, eyes on him in...
I'm going for cover!
Stay low! Keep it up!
Shit, yeah.
They got us! Light him up!
I'm here, laying down fire. Enemies hit!
Get your ass before it's too late.
Move in positions!
Hit him! Hit him!
Copy that, boss.
Roger, moving to target.
Moving to the target.
Set here, boss.
Target locked.
Moving in. Ready to shoot. He's down! Down.
You ever think this is how your life would go? Never. Whoa, what do you want? What do you want? You ever think you'd be a freedom fighter?
Aren't we the overachiever? I'll take over from here.
You ever think we'd end up here? Are you ready for this fight?
What the...
How you feeling?
I hate this, but I won't let you down.
Damn it, we're compromised.
Godspeed, everyone.
Damn it!
Live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He's dead.
Shooting!
Contact, open up!
They're on us! Engage us!
Target hit.
I sit before you with my arms open so that we can look each other in the eye. So that I can tell you the truth. And so you can see that I fight for you because I am one of you.
That was a friendly.
I have no doubt that as we speak, your brain is alight with Trey Stone's propaganda about our desertion. And that part is correct. All our members lived among you. As your
If we don't
coworkers
smoke that
and
truck, we're
neighbors,
finished.
Skeltech
Get on it.
employees, here for the same reasons as you. Because Skell promised peace and plenty, and yet, we built weapons. They promised freedom in exchange for labor. And for all our troubles, we lived muzzled under Sentinel's martial law, our every effort reinforcing the bars of our prison.
Engaging!
I ask you, in our position, would you not take up arms?
Careful, Ghost Lead. Need to find some cover.
How are you doing with all this? Did you ever see this coming?
make it out of this? Would you have thought back in scale orientation we'd end up here?
Aren't we the overachiever? I'll take over from here.
You ever see yourself doing this?
Is this how you imagined it?
Is this what you thought it'd be like?
I hate this, but I won't let you down.
Heads up.
Godspeed, everyone.
Damn it! Destroy that.
Live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck! It's go time!
Citizens of Aroa, my name is Dr. Secret Bloom.
All clear here.
I'm here on behalf of the outcasts, of monsters, or so Trey Stone would have you believe.
You know, we're getting closer to getting Sentinel out permanently.
I sit before you with my arms open so that we can look each other in the eye. So that I can tell you the truth. And so you can see that I fight for you because I am one of you.
Shit, they found it!
I have no doubt that as we speak, your brain is alight with Trey Stone's propaganda about our desertion. And that
We don't
part is
smoke that
correct.
truck, we're finished.
All
Get
our
on
members
it.
lived among you. As your co-workers and neighbors, Skeltech employees, here for the same reasons as you.
We got him. Solid work, fellas. Solid work.
Caskel promised peace and plenty, and yet, we built weapons. They promised freedom in exchange for labor. And for all our troubles, we lived muzzled under Sentinel's martial law, our every effort reinforcing the bars of our prison.
They're gone.
All clear here.
I ask you,
On me.
in our position, would you not take up arms? You don't have to take my word for it. The signs are all around you. You may not be ready to see it. And if you are, I don't ask that you take to the streets or quit your jobs, as that may put you in unnecessary danger. Most of you are experts. Your work is probably specific enough that your supervisor couldn't fill in, let alone a Sentinel soldier. So I say to you, abstain and disrupt. We will continue fighting on your behalf. Our network will always need access to shelter, supplies, and medical care if you're able to provide it. But above all, protect yourselves. And if ever you're in danger, reach out and your outcast brothers and sisters will be there to help. Be safe, resist, endure. The cause is greater than us, and we will survive the fight together. Wow, that was something, wasn't it? Nomad, I need a word when you're finished down there.
I hope this was all.
Well, it's all
All
over
worth
now,
it.
isn't it?
What do you mean?
You've known since you heard the plan. I'm not going back to South Cape. I'm Aroa's most wanted.
South Cape's still the safest place.
If this worked, I just lit a torch, and our signal's burning bright. But if revolutionaries can follow the light, so can Sentinel. South Cape will only be safe if I'm long gone, leading Sentinel away.
Hats off, Doc. I got a feeling people are gonna remember this. Certainly made an impression on me.
Hold up. We got bad guys nearby.
That's real overhead. Hide. They figured out we're here.
Fuck we got here?
They're on us! Engage hostile!